this was supposed to be a bit of time off for me. I was supposed to be taking a week off in like a protest against racism and stuff like that. But I decided to make the edit that I made that you'll be able to check on my channel from a couple of days ago, because I didn't feel like enough people were getting the message, and now I have to address this. It's nothing to do with racism this time. Liverpool and all of the other clubs that are signing up to this this European Super League are fucking stupid. What these people don't realise is, if we do end up in a Super League, there will be no Champions League for us, no cup competitions. We'll only be competing in this Super League, and there's a 90% chance that the players playing in this Super League can't even represent their nation, so even national football is going to be ruined. Credit to the Bundesliga and Ligue 1 who are not letting their teams participate in this. But to the Premier League, La Liga and Serie A that are letting their teams compete in this, fuck you. And I was really surprised to see that Liverpool, of all teams, decided this was a good idea. The players don't want to do it. The manager doesn't want to do it. This is our owners. And I know what this is, and everyone knows what this is. It's all about money. If they sign up for this European Super League, they get a shit ton of money for it. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I can't remember who it was, but someone made this good point. We don't want to see. I think it might have actually. Was it Jurgen Klopp? I don't know. It might have been Jurgen Klopp actually. I don't want to see Real Madrid versus Liverpool in a league every season for 10 years straight, because it then becomes not a big game. In the Champions League, it's different, because it's Europe's elite that have fought their way into the Champions League. If it's in a European Super League, you're going to be playing against them every year, no matter what. The teams won't change. There's no relegation. There's no championship or whatever. There's no, if you get relegated from this league, you go into this league. No, there isn't that. It's just one big league that will probably be dominated by Manchester City anyway. And I'm not surprised that they've signed up for this. You know, they all love their money, don't they? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I really don't know what to say. Sorry, I'm just replying to an Instagram message. Give me a sec. Let me have a look at my Instagram story. 71 people have seen my story. 27 people have voted. Only 3 of those 27 people were for a European Super League, which means that 89%, otherwise known as 24 people that voted, were against it. I'm not going to read out who they are, but if you are for this Super League, then you're an absolute idiot. And I don't care who you are, you're an idiot. I don't care if I've just said that to one of my best friends. I don't care if I've just said that to one of my parents. I don't care. If you think that this is a good idea, you need re-educating. Think about the effects it's going to have on football. It's not just about money. But if you sign up for this Super League, then that is. That's all this is for. Money. They know full well it's going to ruin football, and they know full well fans don't want it. They know full well that half the teams involved in it don't want it. Players aren't going to want to play in this European Super League. So you're going to have players leaving these clubs to go back to maybe like teams like PSG and Bayern Munich, teams that are not participating in this. And it will. The Champions League will get boring because the final will probably be PSG versus Bayern Munich every year. Because every other good team in Europe signing up for this. It's like the semi-finals are probably going to be Lyon, PSG, Dortmund, and Bayern. Let's give a bit of background to which teams have signed up for this. So there's. Actually, I'll get a list, can't I? Teams that have signed up for Super League. Let's have a look. PSG will reportedly be one of the teams not involved in the European Super League. Okay. So these are the clubs so far that have reportedly signed up. Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Manchester City. So that's all of the Premier League top six. Top six. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid. So the top three teams in Spain. Juventus, AC Milan, and Inter Milan. That's the last of them. So that is the top three teams in Italy. Notable absentees: PSG, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich. How will they benefit? Principally by being guaranteed entry and the revenue that goes with it each year. So there's going to be 15 permanent founding members, which will probably be all of the Premier League, so all of the teams that we've just mentioned. So like all of the top teams from Europe, and then there'll be 3 more, and then there'll be 5 more that have to play in a qualification. Apparently I just posted on YouTube. Never mind. But UEFA is filing a 60-something billion lawsuit against any team that decides they want to sign up for this. And I'll back them. I'll back them for that. I mean, they've finally given Cadela a punishment. And now they're going after to try and stop this. UEFA's finally going places. They're finally doing things. I'm just pissed off that Liverpool have signed up for this. I love the Premier League. I love watching Premier League football. The whole point of teams being promoted to the Premier League, right, is so that they can get up and play against the big teams. Like, we know full well Norwich City next season aren't going to come up and challenge to win the Premier League, are they? They just want to be able to say, oh look, we're regularly playing against the likes of Liverpool and Tottenham and Manchester United and Manchester City, etc. But then if this Super League happens, the best they can say is, oh, perhaps, I don't know, we beat Leicester. Because they will be the best team in the league. Leicester and West Ham. And it sounds stupid, but that's what it is. Take the top 6 out, Leicester are the best team in the league. By a long way. They will probably win the league every year if that Super League does happen, and it's going to get boring. The fans don't want it. I don't want it. The players don't want it. But the managers and the players and the fans and stuff, they don't have a say. It's all about the owners. And for all the support that FSG have given us, this is perhaps the stupidest decision in the history of this football club. If this Super League does happen, right, FSG have signed us up for this, our FSG can fuck off. And I know they've helped us a lot. They saved us from going into administration. But for this, one competition every year. There's going to be no cup competition because there's only 20 teams. Players can't go on the national. They can't go for the national team. Sorry, they can't play for the national team. We can't compete in the Champions League or Europa League. I'm pretty sure because we can't compete in the Champions League, we can't even compete in like smaller competitions like the Club World Cup. You won't be seeing players like Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo and Harry Kane at World Cups anymore. Or Euros. Or Mbappe for that matter. You won't see him at the Euros. Well, this year you will, but after that, no. It's going to get to a point where the best player, the best English player that we can call up, will be James Maddison. We won't have Harry Kane. We won't have Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, Kyle Walker. Who else is there? John Stones, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Ben Chilwell. Most of our good players play for top 6 teams. We wouldn't even be able to have Dean Henderson as our number 1, so we'd be stuck with Jordan Pickford or Nick Pope or someone else like Sam Johnston or I don't know, Alex McCarthy. At this rate, our first choice right back would probably be Kyle Walker fucking Peters. My first choice left back, I don't even know who that would be. 21-year-old Ryan Sessegnon, maybe. We won't even be able to have players like Curtis Jones playing for the England under-21s. Phil Foden will waste his talent in a European Super League. That's shit. As a player, you want to get your reputation up. You want to play as well as you can to be able to play in the competitions like the Champions League, like the Premier League, even move abroad and go and play in La Liga, whatever. But if you're in a Super League, you're stuck in that Super League unless you can somehow move to a team that's not in that Super League, which is unlikely because most of Europe's best teams are going to be in that league. The only team, really, that players are going to want to go to if they were to leave that Super League is Bayern Munich. And they can't sign everybody, can they? Or maybe PSG at a stretch. And I know the Premier League has said they don't want this to happen. Fine. It's all well and good saying you don't want it to happen. Do something about it. All they have to do, really, is forbid the teams that play in the Premier League to do it. They have the power to do that. They've already said that if they decide that they do want to leave and go and play in this Super League, they can't play in the Premier League at the same time. I don't want us to play in this shitty Super League thing. It's just a league version of the Champions League, which should not be being altered. And the problem is we've still got the Champions League as well. It's going to be altered, but because all these teams are in this European Super League, it's going to be even harder for teams to qualify because more teams have got to qualify now. It's just ridiculous. Whoever came up with this idea, I don't know whose idea it was, and I've got a feeling it's something to do with our owners. And if it is, fuck off. Get out of the club. I don't even care. I've already seen on Twitter today about 250,000 people, something like that, with the hashtag FNG out. FNG, sorry, he's a YouTuber. FSG out. No offence, FNG. Apologies. But it's going to get to a point where we're going to have like 156 non-league teams representing Poland at the Euros alongside Robert Lewandowski. It's going to be like a huge family playing football with their father. Literally. You've got a bunch of players you've never heard of, You still have Kamil Grosicki because he plays in. He'll be playing in the Championship next season if West Brom go down. So, actually no, they're not in the Super League anyway, so it'll be fine. You still have Kamil Grosicki, but yeah, you won't even have Wojciech Szczesny as a number 1 because he will be in the Super League with Juventus. Fabianski, I don't know what to say about Fabianski. I don't know why I'm using Poland as an example. There's barely... Off the top of my head, I can't think of a good English left back that doesn't play for a top 6 team. I can try and give it some thought. The only one that comes into my head is Ryan Bertrand, and he's not England quality. Then again, if everyone's going to be gone, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because if you can't have the good players playing for the national teams, you could see someone like, I don't know, you could see someone like Chile winning the World Cup. It's ridiculous. Saying that, they won't even be allowed to have Alexis Sanchez because he plays for Inter Milan and they're going to be in the Super League. Or Arturo Vidal, I think. Does he still play for Barcelona? I don't know. The only thing that's not going to change about international football is how bad San Marino are. That's not going to change. Thank fuck there isn't a good San Marino footballer playing in one of Europe's top divisions. Because they would be fucked right now. I mean, they're not anyway, but you know what I mean. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say anymore. There will be a follow-up video to this where I kind of explain what the European Super League is and I go through some comments about it. Do you know what? Let's do that now. Let's go, just before I wrap up this video, let's have a look at some of the comments about this European Super League. So if we go to the Sky Sports Instagram page, we can have a look. Gary Neville said... Where is it? I can't focus on the game. They should deduct points from all 6 teams that have signed up to it. Deduct points off them all. To do it during a season, it's a joke. It is. And here is the Premier League's official statement. The Premier League condemns any proposal that attacks on the principle of open competition and sporting merit, which are at the heart of the domestic and European football pyramid. Fans of any club in England and across Europe can currently dream that their team may climb to the top and play against the best. We believe that the concept of a European Super League would destroy this dream, which is basically what I was just talking about a couple of minutes ago when I said that Norwich City aren't fighting to win the Premier League, they're just fighting to be able to say we play regularly against the likes of Liverpool and City. A European Super League will undermine the appeal of the whole game and have a deeply damaging impact on the immediate and future prospects of the Premier League and its member clubs and all of those in football who rely on our funding and solidarity to prosper. So basically, the Premier League literally said there, you're not doing it. Our clubs aren't going there. And I hope to God that is what they're trying to say there. Because I don't even want to see Manchester United playing in there. Because as much as I hate Manchester United, it's a dream for teams like Norwich City and Brentford to be able to come up to the Premier League and say, we play regularly against the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United and Manchester City. I don't want the top 6 teams to leave the Premier League. Yes, I know you can say that City are ruining football by buying everything. But that just makes it even sweeter when you beat City. I just don't know why they think this is a good idea. I don't know how this has come about. The Premier League has literally pretty much just said, you're not going. Our clubs are not doing it. And honestly, might be one of the first good decisions that the Premier League has made for a long time. With their worst being the introduction of VAR, 100%. But this isn't about VAR. This is about the beautiful game. It won't be the beautiful game if the Super League happens. Even if the Premier League teams don't go into it. No one should go into it, because then that just ruins the Champions League and the Europa League. So I'll say again, anyone who thinks this is a good idea, you are an idiot. And that is the end of my statement about this matter. There will be a follow-up video to this, explaining what the Super League is, how it's going to work, and how it will affect the Champions League. But word of caution, it only affects the Champions League negatively. I'll probably do the follow-up video on like Wednesday or something and release it either that night or Thursday afternoon. I don't know, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy. End of statement.